Good morning, everyone. It's Bella, the founder of the Imbody Institute and the creator of the Sensefulness method for reconnecting to your body wisdom. I'm so excited because today I want to announce my new program that I've designed specifically for those of you who are ready to transform and create a new life, a life that's aligned with your dreams, with your wildest desires, with your true authentic self, but also anchored in those small changes and habits that you haven't been able to transform. And the reason I like working both of them is not to confuse you, but actually because I really believe that changes happen when you work both sides of the spectrum. I used to work in both, actually. So at first I was trying to help people as a personal trainer and holistic nutritionist by changing those little habits. And I found that, myself including, it was really difficult to make these changes, but just by saying, eat those 5 vegetables a day and do your exercise routine and, be more aware and breathe more frequently or more, deeply when you're feeling stressed. Like, it's really easy we all know some of these things, right? But it's really difficult to implement them. And on the other hand, I've also worked a lot with sort of what is our dream life and what is our desire and kind of the bigger picture. But there, we also run into the same problem. So we might say, I want to be more productive. I don't want to be a procrastinator anymore. So, January 1st comes and you have the New Year's resolutions and you say, I'm gonna become a different person. And your willpower gets you to the first 2 or 3 weeks and then you're back where you were before. And that's because the power of habit is extremely powerful. As intelligent as we think we are controlled by our conditionings, just like the Pavlovian dogs. And those habits were put into place when we were children, when we didn't even, we didn't even have our consciousness to say we don't want to act in that way. So it was really about the stories that we told about who we are, or that we were told by our parents, were sort of set in stone, and from that certain behaviors were set in place. So you were rewarded by a piece of cake when you were a good girl, and so now you associate that cake to happiness and to care by your mom, for example. So it's much more effective and powerful to work those two sides of the transformation together. And that's exactly what we're going to do starting May 31st, every Monday, in the New You program, where each month we'll look at a different aspect of being healthy and self-care, but also by retelling that story of who you are, who you want to become, what's your dream life, and anchoring that dream life in the smallest day-to-day habits and changes that are going to sort of hold you accountable and really move you from your current reality to that new reality. What really is going to connect these things together and put it into a beautiful path, one journey that I really like, bringing it all together and making it so you don't have to do all these different things, and you just have one path that I call pleasurable wellness. And the reason I call it pleasurable, not because I'm some kind of a hedonist or but because I really believe in the power of pleasure. Because when we align these changes and anchor those habits in pleasure, and we select activities and foods that are that we really enjoy, we activate that punch of feel-good hormones that really create a new neural pathway within our body and really help us transform our habits or create new ones. And so pleasure is going to be a word you're going to be hearing a lot, independent of what we talk about, whether it's about how you wake up in the morning, what types of food and how you nourish yourself, what dance move you choose that day, how you relate to your sexuality, how you sleep, how you breathe. all of those things are going to be looked at, but through the perspective of pleasure, like what feels good to me, and also with this intention in mind, like how are these little things helping me get to my dream life? So I really, really look forward to having you join me on May 31st. And please tell me which aspect is, most valuable to you. What are you struggling with? Is it the little habits? Is it this the bigger goal changes? And within the groups, we'll have a chance to actually work through this, your personal problems and your personal issues. But you will also see that most people are struggling with very similar issues. So that's also an aspect that helps us transform and put intention as a group and help each other make these changes and transformations. And by the end of the program, you will come out with a really solid plan, the Pleasurable Wellness Plan that I've designed as a game to help you, put those transformations that you have contemplated and learned about into an appropriate square. And by the end of it, you have the wellness puzzle ready to print out and put on your refrigerator so you never forget about the changes that you have decided to implement in becoming this new person. So I look forward to seeing you in the New You program starting May 31st with Bella Bablumian. Look forward to seeing you. Thank you very much.